Hi, everyone. How are you today? I am well. It's time for me to do another video, another YouTube. So bear with me. This is my second one, and I'm learning how to do these effectively. I want to be my true self when I do these, and so bear with me. It's going to take me a few of these to really let all of me come out. So I want to point out before I start that these colors back here are the colors on the medicine wheel that I work with for the summertime. The summertime is the time of the coyote. The colors are the yellow and the green. And then we have spirit stones and moons, 3 moons in each season. And these are the colors of the, I forgot red, actually. Red comes in there for the moon that's coming up for Leo. I call it the animal is the sturgeon for the moon that's coming up. So I did forget red. Let me see, I don't have red here close by. I have a red heart. I have a red heart, so we can remember that for the moon that's coming up on August the 8th. So I want to start today by explaining medicine in the native ways. And this is explained somewhat differently from tribe to tribe. But I want to give you an idea of where the native people and the indigenous people come from when they speak about medicine. Medicine is the spiritual power that keeps us walking in beauty. And that's why I teach about the medicine wheel, because it is the power of the soul. It helps the soul to come into blossoming and teaches you via intuition development, via love through your heart, how to walk in beauty, balance and beauty. So in Native American traditions, the word medicine does not refer to the pills or tonics that we take to cure an illness, but it does refer to anything that has spiritual power and that helps to keep us walking in balance and beauty. Words can be strong medicine when they're coming from a real, from an awakening heart. They can be very strong medicine. The medicine that comes from mind alone is not very good medicine. It's kind of like the hamster wheel kind of medicine. So you want to learn how to grow medicine from your heart, with your heart, awakening the heart. So words can be strong medicine. Stories can touch our hearts and our souls. They point the way to healing and transformation, and the native people teach a lot by stories. Our own lives are stories, and we can learn so much by reflecting on the journeys that we have chosen to take from year to year throughout our lives. There are teachers in every moment and every experience. There are teachers and teachings waiting there for us to embrace them and learn and listen. The taste of previous travelers through the woods have been handed down through the generations of the poetic, symbolic language of folklore and myth. Now that's kind of getting into European a bit, where we step. Someone has stepped before. So this is very important to listen to this. They're about stories that we can truly learn from is our own stories, but also by listening to the stories of others that can help light the way to healing, to transformation, to true balance and beauty unfolding. So I've added a few of my own words here, but this was by Terry Windling, the Wood Wife. So I want to just talk a bit about the summer. We're in the season of the summer. The spirit animal for the summer is the coyote. So first of all, I show my coyote medicine wheel card, which is right here. And then I show another one. This is how the coyote, this is a really good one about how the coyote watches us. See his warm eyes, he's just observing, he's just watching. That's what the coyote medicine does with us on behalf of the Creator in the summer months. All year, actually, but especially in the summer months. So here's another really good picture of the coyote, and it says, Coyote, revealer of truth. So the beautiful coyote is always looking to see what soul lessons you are ready for, and what soul lessons that you need to become aware of also. So he's a trickster. And he says here, great wisdom comes from laughing at your mistakes, being humble about your mistakes, learning to correct your mistakes gracefully, and to look out for the traps and tricks of life and learn from them. Now, during this time of the year, there will be many traps and tricks that we actually have already chosen to be a part of on another level, on a soul level. We choose everything that's happening in our life on a soul level. And it's only when we become consciously aware that we do choose, we do create everything that's happening. When we become consciously aware, then we can start looking at where do I want to change? Where do I want to heal? Where do I want to create transformation for my inner child and my soul? We are here to learn how to live in alignment with the soul and the inner child. And there's that little inner child has got a lot of healing needs that we need to give attention to with loving care. So one of the first things that I also teach about along with the medicine wheel is the way of the heart. The native teachings that I studied with for over 20 years, very closely for over 20 years, and now I continue with it, are the native teachings, and they are entirely about the heart. The teachings about the heart come from all bonding, all respect, all respectful ways of life. When you add respect with the things that you speak and do, respect grows inside of you. It's a way of the heart. Respect is a way of the heart. And there's so many levels to respect that our culture hasn't even touched upon, but the natives have never forgotten about the needs of the heart. And the needs of the heart require first respect, respect for self, respect for Mother Earth, respect for the lessons, respect for the beautiful coyote and how he watches over the lessons we're ready for. And so when we get tripped up, we want to be graceful about that. Like, okay, thank you. I'm going to look more into that. I'm going to be more aware about that, about me and what I'm creating and attracting. So I think that the examples of what's happening on planet Earth right now are really good examples of what this has created, where we forgot the heart right here, the heart. I'm going to move this down a bit just so that you can, so that when I'm here, you can see that. So yeah, because we forgot the way of the heart, and here we've been conditioned and programmed to be in the head, and when you're in the head, you're out of the body. And so many people are very unfamiliar with the power of feelings. They're unfamiliar. They're afraid actually of paying attention to their feelings because there's so many hurt feelings inside that haven't been healed. So the first thing is to become aware that we've got hurt feelings stuffed inside of us, and they become like clumps of energy that got stuffed. because you can only stuff so much and it starts to clump in knots. That Nat Han calls it fetters. The Hindus, I believe, call it samskaras. So they're like clumps of energy, which are unresolved emotions that are stuck in the body. And until we bring in the power of the heart, the awakening heart, it's very difficult to heal those parts of ourselves. And as we also bring in the heart, we also want to be bonding with Mother Earth. That is something that's been left out in so many teachings of our culture, is the bonding that is so important to do with Mother Earth, and the respect that we need to, that our soul, our very soul, needs to be giving to her. Our soul cannot really blossom and grow until we are loving her, bonding with her, and allowing our body that came from her to be filled with her love, with her healing, with her care. We think that the Creator does everything, but in a way, the Creator needs people and needs avenues to work through, bridges. So Mother Earth is a bridge on behalf of the Creator. And there's a lot that she does on behalf of the Creator that many human beings are not even remotely aware of. That I'll talk about bits of that as we go along. So back to that beautiful coyote and the summertime. So in the summertime, it's the time of fast growth. I talked about that in my first YouTube. Summertime is the time of fast growth. We planted our seeds of what we desired to learn for this year. So we planted the seeds in the spring, began to nourish them with affirmations, with love, with heart coherence practice, and watch those seeds to grow. We watch over them. If they begin to sprout, there's some an excitement that is felt inside. It's the soul. It's your Creator life force that gets a little joy when they see life growing. And that life, that, when that seed begins to sprout out of the earth, that's what happens with us too. We begin to awaken to that we're wanting to learn. We're beginning to awaken to what is coming to us because of our nourishing of that seed. And then in the summertime, it begins to grow fast. Everything grows fast. The grass grows fast. The waters go faster. The rain pours down heavier. Emotions are more active in the summertime. It is the time of emotional growth. And we need emotional growth in order to become mature human beings. We need emotional growth to become mature spiritually. If we don't get in touch with those clumps inside the body that are the cause of dis-ease, and if we don't get in touch with them and learn how to embrace them and help them heal, then it's very difficult to stay grounded in our body. Very, very difficult. People go here because that's where they're used to go. And you can't heal from there. The head doesn't feel. You need to be in your heart that feels. The head thinks, the heart feels. And so this can't work properly without this being activated and alive. So when we get in touch, when we notice a trigger, that's something inside of you speaking to you. Your soul and your inner child, which includes your unresolved emotions, will speak to you via your body. And that's when you bring in the heart awareness, the heart intelligence, the heart intuition. You get a sensation, something triggered a sensation, and you can say, oh, I feel tingling. And then you might want to tune into what are the feelings underneath that tingling. Is there a little bit of joy? Is there a little bit of fear? You know, the tingling might be shivers, could be fear. So you want to be able to take it further than just a little tingle or a feeling of heaviness or a feeling of confusion, or not confusion. What can I say here? There's different body sensations, tingling, numbing, hurt. That is a tingle of the body, and then you want to go below that to see what the feelings actually are. And there's always feelings below feelings, and there's needs that come along with those feelings, and that's how we learn who we really are. That's how we get through the debris that's been blocking us from our true self. You start to investigate with heart the sensations and then the feelings and the needs. And I will be doing more videos about that. I have created worksheets called Know Thyself, and I am in the process of reorganizing my website, where there will be lists of feelings and needs there and my worksheet. And I will be doing videos and meditations too, to help human beings, sincere human beings, to learn how to discover their blocks and uncover the parts of the soul that's longing to come into blossoming and aliveness and freedom to flow. So the summertime starts June 21st. It actually starts a little earlier than that. The energy is transforming. So it starts June 21st and lasts July, August to September 21st. And it starts to dissipate, you know, a week or two before the 21st, because the fall energies start to come in. So we're in the thick of the summer right now. The teachings or the opportunities of this summertime for the soul to evolve are to learn more about love, to learn more about relationships, beginning with yourself first, to learn more about trust, trusting you first, to learn more about growth, your growth, and to learn how to forgive and forgiveness of self, forgiveness of others. It's a time when the moon that we're coming into, the Leo moon or the Sturgeon, what do they call it? I call it the Right Bearers moon on the medicine wheel. It's a time where you can really learn empathy and compassion. The first moon, many call it the Cancer time. It's the medicine animal is the flicker, and I call it the strong sun moon on the medicine wheel. Cancer, the color is pink, and it's a soft pink. It's even a softer pink. Here's a rose quartz, which I believe is really close to that soft, beautiful pink for the Cancer time, and the flicker, the strong sun moon. And that moon carries with it the vibrations to learn how to be more nurturing, to develop more devotion to love, loving self, loving others. It gives you the vibrations that helps you experience deeper emotions. It's a time of rapid inner healing. It's a time where awareness to our healing can be more acute, more awake. So there's those beautiful gifts that come with each moon, and that's the first moon of the summer. Now the second moon is going to be beginning on the 8th, which is just a few days from now. Today is August the 5th, and the 8th is on Sunday. So that is the bringing in of the ripe berries moon. I call it the ripe berries moon. It is the raspberry is the plant medicine for this moon, and it is the time when the raspberries are ready for eating and enjoyment. So Leo is also this moon is also a Leo moon by other astrologers. So with my medicine wheel teachings, this is what I know about this moon. It has a lot to do with your heart, the level of your heart care, your heart awareness, your heart development, and it has a lot to do with your image, your self-image, how you're viewing that internally. Many of us are taught from here that we have to really be careful of our self-image. We have to please others a lot. But that's not true. It's not true. You have to learn to be true to you. You have to learn through your heart how to be, who is the true you? What are your needs? What are your feelings? What needs to be healed? And through that healing, you create more space for light and truth. It's a time where we learn about the beauty of a sunny heart also, but not with ego, with true heart. It's a time where we can learn heart courage. As the heart awakens, courage grows naturally. So it is a time where we can play with that, learn about it as we're keeping our heart vibrations flowing and strong. So we learn about our self-esteem also during this moon. So it's also a moon, like I said, that we can learn about compassion, self-empathy. And as we learn self-empathy, we become better at empathizing with others also. It helps, this moon can help you learn how to draw on your inner strength. The human being has a lot of inner strength and beautiful, beautiful powers, but most human beings are not even remotely in touch with them, maybe some, but there's so much more that the human being is capable of. So it's a time when you want to face your fears and become courageous, courageous to stay grounded and balanced, grounded with Mother Earth. So it's a time where you want to do lots of earthing, lots of talking to her, lots of keeping your feet and your hands and your body next to her, your skin next to her in as many ways as you can. And I talked about putting your cheeks to her even in the first YouTube, because that's such a beautiful gesture of love. And she knows that. She knows more about you than you realize. She knows everything about you, actually. And she is there to help you. She is one of the most powerful healers there is on this planet. She is a powerful, powerful healer because she loves unconditionally, and her love is earthy. It's earthy love. So she has the power as you work with her and love her and bond with her and respect her with all your heart. She has the power to come right up inside of you and take your pain out. I have had those experiences where I was in pain, and pain that I had experienced many times before that, in other experiences similar to that one. And she literally, I had been fasting with her for 10 days, learning about the sweat lodge, the sacred pipe, all self-sufficiency in alignment with what Mother Earth offers for us to live on. And so I'd had 10 days of really learning about her and with her and connecting and bonding with her. So I was energetically, vibrationally in a good place where she could easily reach up inside of me and pull that pain out of me. And I've never had that same pain back again. And I do teach students in the advanced training. I teach students how to do that, how to build that kind of a connection with her. So I'm not going to talk a lot about the next moon, the fall which is the brown bear moon, and the harvest, I believe it's called the harvest moon. So I'm not going to talk a lot about that today. I will do another YouTube about that. Let me just check my notes here. I just want to be sure I don't forget everything here. One thing that I did write down here is this pandemic. So actually, it's not a true pandemic, but this COVID thing has actually woken a lot of people up. And it's also the really perfect example of how healing does take place, because Mother Earth is going through deep healing right now. And the human beings are being called also to go through deep healing right now. And you can't get true healing until you've reached that place of like a death experience. You have to have experienced those feelings completely that are coming, that are rising up right now. Fear is at the top of emotions throughout planet Earth. So we are being called to take a look at fear and what causes it and what do we do with it? What does it do to us? What do we choose to do with it? Do we keep it or do we transform it? And so you have to, if you want to transform it, you have to feel it, acknowledge it, and embrace it with your heart. And from there, you can say, I'm transforming you. We are transforming together. Because it's an entity of within itself. So you're having a communication with it. Your feelings are always communicating with you. And you communicate with them also. That's what you want to start doing. So the fear rises up, and we're being really tested on that. Throughout the rest of this summer, we're going to continue to be very, very tested by the dark ones to see what we're going to do as a human species, as a collective. Are we going to continue to go along with all of the fear mongering that's being put upon us? Or are we going to start to tune in to what do we really need? God gave each of us a free choice. With every moment of life, we have free choice. So do you choose to stay in fear, or do you choose to come out of it and go to the other side where love, truth, clarity resides, respect, and peace can grow? Or do you choose to stay in that fear, which causes more fear? It's the hamster wheel. This is the hamster wheel. This alone is always the hamster wheel that goes around and around and around. This is your heart. It's the infinity sign. Flows, flows, it flows. There's no separation when the true heart is awake and staying and learning how to hold that awakeness and that constant flow, constant flow. But when we're here, we go like this. Sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody, but this is what we've been conditioned to be like. Okay, so even intellect is this, too much of this. So we have to learn, we have to retrain ourselves to come down into the heart and learn how the heart works with us when we give it that space and that room and that nurturing. You can learn so much. So sage, I have sage here. Sage is very, very important to be using. You can use, I use a specific sandalwood incense also, because I can't always use the sage. So I have both. I have a little bit of both, and I sometimes use rose petals and lavender with my sage. I take it and I break it up in a dish and I burn it. This here, I believe, is probably the BC sage or the California sage, but the Alberta sage, we can actually roll it and mix it with your rose petals and some lavender or whatever other herbs you might want to put in there, some pine, some juniper. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Cedarwood also. But the human being also needs to be cleansing, 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 cleansing a lot, a lot, a lot. That is something that our culture doesn't teach us. But with the native culture, you cannot even go in the sweat lodge until you have been smudged down with the smoke of the sage. And they probably have some sweetgrass in there too, and maybe some pine or juniper or cedar. But they insist that you have to clean off before you can go into the sweat lodge. And they'll clean you off too. By the sweat lodges I went to, they usually had a little bucket with a long handle that someone would put lots of sage in there and walk around, and each person could take that sage and just smudge their whole body down under their feet and the whole body to clean off. You need, what that does is bring you back home to you. It cleans off the energy of stress from other people, your own. It cleans off the energy of worry, anxiety, fear. So, but you have to use this along with this. You have to be developing both, and Mother Earth, with Mother Earth. We came here on purpose, with a purpose, and we cannot discover that purpose, that true purpose, until we are first bonded with her at a soul level, at a soul, heart and soul level. So we have to learn how to bond with her so we can learn from her, and so we can stay grounded. When you're grounded, you are connecting to all. You will gradually realize this because it develops. But on a conscious level, you will gradually begin to realize that you're connecting to higher dimensions, grounded. As you ground, as you learn to ground more, you learn your true purpose here on this sacred planet Earth when you learn to ground. That's from that grounding, from that presence of being grounded, beauty naturally unfolds. Intuition naturally unfolds. The love of the Creator naturally unfolds. The soul chakra is also activated. All your chakras are effectively activated by the love of Mother Earth. And I teach my students how that happens, how to do that every day. They do it every day, every day. So now I want to look about, before I move along, I want to show you something here. This is because most people are not willing to go and spend 5-10 years focused on Native and Indigenous teachings, where we learn how to get back into our hearts, where we were all there at one time, but our culture lost that. We lost touch with that. But the natives, they never lost touch with it. They never lost touch with Mother Earth and living in balance with her. And I'm speaking of the native elders, the elders who really stayed with it in the sacred way. So because most human beings don't do that, some of them, for one reason or another, and there's lots of them. So what I learned is that I can do a certain amount of the teachings with this. This is called the Inner Balance app. And it's a device that you pay for. It's a software, and then you get a clip that you can clip to your body and your ear. And you can go into heart focused breathing, and I teach training. I do introductory training classes on that. And the heart focused breathing is part of all of my training, all of my training. So the first training that a student does is the heart focused breathing. And then I will move them into some communication training, because communication is everything. Heart and communication is everything. We are constantly communicating with ourselves. Our soul is constantly communicating with us. Our inner child is constantly communicating with us. Mother Earth is constantly communicating with us. Our spirit guides are there to communicate with us if we ask, But the soul, your soul, is constantly communicating with you via your body, And so to help the hearts of human beings, of sincere students, I teach them the beauty of using a heart math training device. So what I want to do here now, I have prepared an email that's going to go out to many of my followers. And I just wanted to, I'm really, really good at writing. And I'm also good at teaching, but I'm a little nervous yet about the doing the YouTube. So like I said at the beginning, bear with me. I will improve as time goes along. So what I've got here is, let me see, what can I share? Okay, I'll just share this. This is about the summer months, starting June 21st to September 20th. They're very much about nourishing the seeds of your heart and being attentive to internal awareness, healing, growth, also forgiveness, and developing a richer trust in your heart's intuitive intelligence and respect for Mother Earth and the Creator. So to me, your soul, your heart, your inner child are all one. It is via the heart that you connect truly with any other part of yourself, also Mother Earth, the Creator, your entourage of spiritual guides and angels, and other people. It is via the heart that true connection can happen. This separates. It takes you out of the body, and it even in conversation, it separates. It's very choppy. It's a contracting energy. But the moment that you bring in the heart, get it active, and learn how to anchor in there, this will expand to where the higher mind can come through and flow. This heart is your doorway to your soul, to your higher mind. And this here, when it's in the hamster wheel state, it's actually calling out. It doesn't say it in the English language, but energetically, it's calling out for your heart. The mother, its mother is you and your heart. You have to direct yourself into your heart so this can begin to transform to heart alignment. Again, in the sweat lodges that in my second part of native training, I heard these words every Sunday. Learn to think with your heart. Learn to think with your heart. That is where you will learn what your true purpose on planet Earth is, by learning to be aligned to your heart and thinking, learning to think with the heart. Okay, so back to summertime. The plants, grass, trees, flowers all grow faster. And the human being is also called to grow more attentively. This means to pay close attention to your choices and be accountable for your choices in thoughts and words and actions to your sacred self, and also to or about others, and to Mother Earth too. Relationships are emphasized at this time because they're such good teachers. So pay attention. Come the fall, you will be in the harvest time where you'll have more quiet time probably to reflect and look at where you could have done better, where you did better, and where you did better. So growing is never done. So I just want to say, oh, now it flew away. I was going to say something and it flew away. So, oh yes, what I was going to say is that, okay, so in the fall, you have more time to actually go within and reflect. But the whole journey of the soul growing on with planet Earth is to learn to develop that grounded presence to be within you, alive at all times. So it's like, we have this tunnel that goes up and down the chakra system from Mother Earth all the way up to the Creator. And it's and we have to learn to be in that sacred space at all times. That is, we can't fulfill our true purpose until we're learning to be grounded in that sacred space at all times. So we have the fall, but we want to be learning. But each season offers us graduated levels as we're ready for deeper, deeper manifestation within us of, example, deeper levels of love and higher levels of love, and to know that growing never stops. We are never, ever done. There will be YouTubes I'm going to be doing in the future where I go into this book, which is entirely about the soul. And actually, maybe I can go into that right now. Here it is. This is one spot I want to bring out. There are two great fundamental errors. This was written by Dr. Edward Bach. Disassociation between our souls and our personalities, and cruelty or wrong to others. For this is a sin against unity. Either of these brings conflict, which leads to dis-ease. An understanding of where we're making an error, which is so often not realized by us and due to our conditioning that we have to become aware of and undo. So an understanding of where we're making an error and an earnest endeavor to correct the fault, which the fault will lead not only to a life of greater joy and peace, but also to health and wellness. So dis-ease in itself is beneficent, just as fear itself is beneficent. They all have beautiful, beautiful lessons that we can learn on a soul level. Excuse me, I just need to put this aside here. So the medicine keeper is the coyote, and he is sometimes called the trickster. And I have some cards I'm going to do near the end of this where I pulled those cards last evening, and the trickster is part of that layout. So he's often called the trickster. He loves you a lot, and he watches over you carefully. So here we have this. There he is. He's watching over you kindly and carefully. He's looking to see where you can grow some more on a soul level. This growth often relates back to your childhood and common emotions that you feel often. So tune into what emotion do you feel a lot that you don't yet understand, but it just comes up a lot. Well, you kind of understand it maybe, but it's an emotion that comes up often or has come up a few times in your life. So learn to pay attention carefully to that isn't serving you well and needs to be transformed. It comes up because it needs to be transformed. Notice how when you're happy, happiness just flows. Okay. But when you're sad, you feel heavy. You feel heavy because sadness contracts, worry contracts, anxiety contracts every cell in your body. But if you can learn to give it ease, it starts to relax. Name it. I feel fear. The fear begins to relax the moment you acknowledge it and speak to it. I feel fear, and I am going to embrace you, fear. I see you. I see you, fear. I feel you, fear. And I am going to embrace you, and we're going to heal. We're going to transform. That's one way you can talk to your emotions. Another way is you can be more compassionate if you like, but it does need compassion regardless of how you approach your emotions. Your feelings are rising up within you. You can just take it and coddle it like a newborn baby in soft flannel blankets and hold it to your heart and just give it love. Breathe love into the fear, into the fear. And just keep breathing it and saying, I'm giving you ease. And then just keep breathing. And it's going to dissipate. It's going to gradually soften and dissipate. If you don't heal your fears, if a fear comes up and you don't give it attention right away, it's going to turn into anger. And it's going to end up hurting you and others more. So it's so important that you carefully work with your fears. Carefully work with your fears. I'm trying to look at the camera, which is here, but I often look at the picture where the camera is off to the side. So forgive me when I do that. I do want to look at you as I'm teaching and speaking from my heart. So I'm back looking at the camera. So we have that coyote who's working with us. Beautiful coyote. Isn't he gorgeous? Revealer of truth. So as you learn how to work with the coyote during this summertime, the spirit keeper of the summer and the south, you're creating a bonding relationship with the coyote. And you can call upon that good medicine, the teacher of truth, at any time throughout the year. You can call upon the revealer of truth, the coyote, in the fall when you're introspecting. This is how you learn to work with Mother Earth and all her children in a healing, truly healing way. So now we're going to go, and I did already talk about the first moon of the summer. And the second moon is coming up on August the 8th, 3 days from now. And I mentioned before, it's a Leo moon or it's a sturgeon moon. The animal for the moon coming up is on the medicine wheel I work with is called the sturgeon. And it's the ripe berries moon. It's when the raspberries are ripe and ready for picking and enjoyment. And the raspberries are the plant medicine for the sturgeon, for the Leo moon. There is a lot of good medicine in these raspberries. And it's also, this moon is another moon about the heart. Different parts of the heart than maybe the Cancer, but there again, you can carry what you learned during the Cancer moon into this moon to continue your journey of growing and learning. You can get in touch with the courage that is born in awakening hearts. The courage to speak truth, the courage to discover who you really are, the courage to be true to you. The courage, it also is a time where the energies, the vibrations in the atmosphere help us to get in touch with our inner strength, inner truth, vitality, and overcoming the ego shortcomings and their traps. The Leo and the Sturgeon have that medicine power to help us learn the difference between ego and heart, fear and love. Ego, heart, fear, love. There are big differences when you start to get the hang of some of the differences. That will grow in awareness as you allow yourself to grow the heart and observe and become more aware of the differences between here and here. Contraction, expansion, fear, love. There's a good example. So as you care with this moon, as you bond with this moon, you can also call upon the coyote to help you in revealing truth. What do you most need to learn? What are you ready to most learn at this time? So it helps you get in touch with your true levels of self-care, your true levels of self-awareness and self-healing. Just need to write awareness here. Where ego no longer comes into play, that's also what we came here to learn. The soul can't really grow if ego is constantly blocking it out. Ego, head alone, blocks heart out. It doesn't leave room for it. It lays a lot of expectations, mind to mind at once. And it in a way, it kind of demands that you respond with your mind. And I don't do that very well. I have never, ever done that very well. And when I did try to do it, it was quite dysfunctional. And that's what comes out is dysfunction. When you're not aligned here with the heart, there's going to be dysfunctional pain come about, behaviors. Because what's happening is when you're here, certain things are going to trigger you. And the amygdala, there's a memory that's triggered in the limbic brain, the amygdala part of that limbic brain that causes a reaction, just like that. It's so quick. So if there's anything that you do that you don't feel good about, you can probably go to that, a trigger that's happening. And you don't want to be blaming somebody else for causing the trigger. You want to embrace that trigger so it can teach you, because it's really it's about something inside of you that wants to heal and grow. But as long as you respond with the head, it can't heal and grow. It just makes that neural groove stronger. That memory becomes like the reaction becomes stronger, stronger, stronger. And that's why many people are really numbed out to feelings, because they've done this time and time and time again. And so we need to soften everything up with heart frequencies, heart coherence practice. Meditation does some of that, but you need more focus on heart. And your meditations will improve greatly when you bring in heart focus. Heart coherence really is the key, heart coherence. When you can bring in heart coherence and maintain that grounded balance and rootedness with Mother Earth, you will have natural soul experiences. The higher intelligence of your heart will naturally begin to kick in. It's your intuition, the intuition. So we want to learn. Now I forget where I was at here. I got a little bit distracted here. The ego versus the heart. Yeah. We want, as we're getting in touch with levels of inner strength, we want to be sure that we're able to know the difference between ego strength versus heart strength, because there is a big difference. And to be able to face your fears with courage and intuitive knowing about new strengths unfolding as we face our fears with loving care, peacefully, peacefully. There is a place for anger, yes, but I won't be getting into that at this time because it takes practice and awareness also. So what I want to talk about here before I go into the Lion's Gate portal, I want to talk about the month of August. So today is August 5th, August 5th today. And this is going to be a rocky month. Lots of disclosures are going to be coming out. A lot of choice-making opportunities where, do I buy into this or do I stay in grounded peace within myself? Do I speak what is truth for me in a good way? Or do I speak what is truth for me in a good way and maintain more peace within? Or do I buy into the fear and create scatter and chaos and contracting, dis-ease causing energy? And whatever you choose, each moment, you also are feeding the collective of humanity. So that's something that you want to know about or remember too. So this is going to be a rocky month. And so you're going to be really tested for how much have you awakened through this last year and a half. If you do buy into fears, remember what you're feeding the collective, not only what you're feeding every cell in your body, but also what goes out to the collective. See, when the true heart is awakening, you become, and you're bonding with Mother Earth, truly, you become sincerely caring about humanity as a whole. You become more aware of doing good for all. It's beautiful. So this is a really phenomenal time during this month of August with a lot of rocky stuff happening to practice being present with sacred you and Mother Earth at all times and hold that presence. So don't buy into fake news and false flags. I tell my following a lot, don't watch mainstream media, watch truth news. Stay in the light and love vibrations of your beautiful, precious heart, no matter what you do, your center, your alignment to Mother Earth. Be in your body, not here. Be in your body, aligned with Mother Earth. Start visualizing roots growing from your root chakra and your feet chakra deep, deep into the earth, and just visualize yourself always being grounded deeply into her. The more you practice that and learn to be that, the more aware you're going to become, the more your body will begin to heal, and the greater will be the healing, the cleansing, and the empowering of your soul self, with your soul self. I want to talk a little bit about the pink light. The pink light is very, very powerfully healing. And I'm using a lot of pink light these days. Pink light opens one to love. Pink light is comforting. Warm, pink, soft pink light like this. A soft light like this. So I visualize it often around my own heart and around my aura, being surrounded by it. And I can literally feel healing happen in my body when I do that. And I send it often to my loved ones and to my students and to the children of the world, a lot to them, and to anyone who's having a difficult time. And if there's any little conflict happening, I do that also. No matter what it turns out to be, I still will send that that soft pink light to them and to me. And so I write here, send the sacred pink light to all, yourself and family first, and then all. The pink light infused with love vibration. So you want to send some love, heart focused breathing there also, will assist humanity throughout the earth to rise above the evil of this war that we're in, the dark against the light. The pink light and heart coherent love vibrations can support humanity to move above all darknesses. The more that you grow love and light in your body cells and aura, the more protected you are, the more wise you become, the more intuitive you become, and you will observe how much more protected you are. Observation is really important. Awareness is really important throughout all your growth processes. Being in the heart with observation and awareness, to where there's no judging, you're just observing. So now I'm at the Lion's Gate portal. This is a beautiful event coming up, and we happen to have the new moon, August 8th, upon the same day of the Lion's Gate portal, which is always August the 8th. So there's a relationship between the Lion's Gate portal and the Orion planets. I'm sorry, I need to do a little more studying there, but between the Orion energy, the vibrations, and what is happening during this Lion's Gate portal is that there's an opening in the cosmos aligned with the Orion planet, where an infusion of higher vibrational light is coming into planet Earth, and it goes into planet Earth, aligns to her grids, and we gain what we're ready for. That energy is to raise the DNA of the human beings on planet Earth, probably everything living here, but I'm talking about us right now. Everyone matters, everything matters. But what I'm aiming to say here is that that light goes first into Mother Earth, into those grids and specific places where that high vibrational energy goes. And there's light there that activates DNA, our DNA, the human DNA. So as the human being is ready, you will receive those activations. So those who are ready now will receive now. Those who are not quite ready will receive some. Those who are not ready will receive when they're ready. And you receive by sitting on Mother Earth with your skin next to her. And you receive by honoring her, respecting her, making offerings to her, loving her with all your heart. That's how you receive your DNA upgrades. So there is this, and this is feeding the shift. Whenever an influx like this of light comes into our planet, and it's happening a lot right now throughout this, I think right up to maybe the whole decade, I'm not sure, but I know that we are in a portal right now over the next still 3 to 4 years, where we have huge opportunity to evolve and grow, to heal, evolve, and grow. And it's going to be slower after that, okay? Somewhat slower. So what I'm aiming to say here right now is we're getting huge influx, a lot here into planet Earth of high vibrational light. There's more light coming into planet Earth now than ever before. And some of us will be activated right away. Our DNA will be activated right away. Some will only receive a little bit of it, and the others will receive as they're ready. And we may receive more as we're ready for more too. I believe that, we can't take all of it at once, that we grow into it, to becoming ready for more. So, because all growth is that way. Things generally don't happen like that. Like, we don't usually transform just like that. We have to work for it. We have to show that we have the rite of passage, that we deserve the rite of passage into the higher frequencies. So you begin to do that by developing your heart, by loving Mother Earth, by learning how to heal thyself, how to know thyself, and how to heal thyself. When you heal thyself, Mother Earth dances with joy, and so does the Creator and all your entourage of spiritual guides and helpers. When you are doing that inner work for you, the amazing power that you are growing and happiness that you are growing is beyond description. I was told by the native people that our English language does not describe true spirituality very well at all. And to be able to interpret their descriptions into our language, you can't always do it, because our language is limiting. Our language is quite limiting. And we are moving into the fifth dimensional time as we get higher and higher. And we're just moving into the lower levels of fifth dimension right now. But as we get higher into the fifth dimension, we will be changing how we need to be changing now how we're communicating. And that is going to just continue to evolve and evolve and evolve. And eventually vibration will do all the communicating. There will be very little words. We'll be doing more song. So I am working with my students too, and myself, on awakening the throat chakra that's in alignment with Mother Earth and the heart and our soul chakra, so that we can do beautiful healing with sound, and also so that when we are speaking to someone, it's like music. So you can use words that sound like music, and we all know that. But we can also use words that hurt people, and we don't want to do that anymore. You hurt you and you hurt people. And so pay attention to the defenses that come up inside of you, because I do observe that in others and myself too, because I'm a work in progress. We're all a work in progress. We're all at a different level, and the growth is never done. The growth is never done. So I was talking about the pink light. So wherever they're, oh no, I was talking about the Lionsgate portal, sorry. Yes, and how we can know about how that higher vibrational light that comes in from the cosmos, how we can know that we benefit from it. So as you sit upon Mother Earth, honor her, love her, you will take in more DNA activations for your DNA. And that's where the soul, it becomes more possible for the soul to evolve and for your gifts to begin to appear. So we are a collective, as a collective, I need to change that word. We as a collective are evolving into a new creation, into a place where we're connected to all timelines. So it's important that when we learn to hold that grounding constantly, where the light can flow up from Mother Earth, down from the Creator, back and forth with ease, that is how we are connected to all the timelines. And we're safe. As long as we're grounded to Mother Earth, we are safe. Oh, I have to add some power here. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we are a collective evolving into a new creation. And as we learn to align with ourselves, we become aligned to all timelines. It's very important to hold in our third eye, in our heart visions and our third eye aligned together, aligned with Mother Earth too, that vision of peace on earth and joy for everyone, everywhere. Peace on earth and joy for everyone, everywhere. The more we can feed that vision with heart frequencies and sincere time and attention, the more it's going to happen. We are very, very powerful, creative human beings. And that is why the darkness has tried to hold us back, because they know how powerful we are. We are very, very powerful human beings. So learn how about that, not here, from here. When you do it from here, that's where you grow true power. That's where you'll always supersede any of this. You'll always override it. When you learn how to really get your heart frequencies pumping up high and strong, you're going to have experiences of divine intervention, fifth dimensional experiences that'll show you what it's like. It's beautiful. This is a time, this month of August, where compassion can grow from a deeper level within. It's a time where empathy can awaken more so, which always awakens compassion. It's a time when we can really exercise our muscles of compassion and empathy and get those juices within us becoming richer and more alive, more real. Don't be distracted by the vibrations of fear, chaos, confusion, trying to overpower you, trying to infuse fear into you. Don't be distracted. Send pink light, especially to you, but also to whatever affects you. And then let it go, and surround you more, your heart and your aura, with lots of that pink light and golden light too. So you can go through this amazing portal of high vibrational light coming into planet Earth with ease, with joy and ease. So it's a good time to be drinking lots of water, to be singing lots, dancing lots, doing things that make you happy, doing things that make you feel good, eat lots of vegetables, lots of wholesome food, do lots of prayers if you can, just pray everywhere. Walking, do lots of chanting, just anything you can do to just make your vibration open to receiving the light, the love, new awakening. Just nourish that. Stay in the now presence each moment, that now presence. Do not allow past nor future to distract your thoughts, your mind. Let go of thoughts and just be in the experience of presence and grounding. Stay in your beautiful heart and body and stay grounded with Mother Earth. That's how you will prepare yourself for a little more ascension and a little more ascension and a little more. As you stay in that balance, that grounding, where beauty can flower, in that light, you assist all of humanity, all of our family of light, to transit the Lion's Gate portal and anchor the highest visions and expressions of the new Earth timeline, which is going to become all timelines in one. Repeat. I have got this. I have got this. Hand to your heart, thumbs up. I have got this. I have got this. I have got this. So be it. And it will be so. And then I just want to say, I'm going to lead you in a meditation here in a couple of minutes. I want to say here, we can save ourselves, humanity. We can do our part to save humanity or go extinct. I pray that isn't happening. And then we can tell our grandchildren what we did in the midst of this war of evil versus good. Where we saved humanity, what we did on our own, and that we did this on our own. We learned how not to depend on someone else to save us. We learned what our part was for saving. Okay, where did I go here? We saved ourselves by our own awareness, our own love growing, and our own works and practices. So I'm going to take a break right now. Just going to pause this. How do we pause this? Just going to pause. I'm back now. And I just took a look at the 4 cards that came up last night for this reading. And the first one that came up is the Spirit Keeper of the South. So there again, we have the coyote coming up. And the coyote has so much joy to give us if we just allow ourselves to do some healing. There's such joy that comes out of the end, at the end of those tunnels. And it is like the sun shining when we figure out, when we go through it, the darkness, when we go through our own darkness, and without shame or blame, just go through it. And we are starting to enter the end of the tunnel, that light begins to shine. And literally, you will feel cleaner inside your body. It won't last, but what is happening is that you are actually cleaning out a part of the body that was holding some darkness, some unresolved emotions, unresolved fear. So Spirit Keeper of the South is such a beautiful time to do that kind of healing. Because growth is fast at this time, it goes deeper at this time. So just let it happen. Let it happen. And the next card that came up is the Song of the Wild. So I talked about the importance of aligning our voice vibrations with our heart, Mother Earth, and our soul star chakra with love. And we can begin to do that by singing. A song that I use a lot in my Zoom groups is Mother, I Feel You. It's such a beautiful song. You can listen to it on YouTube. And that will help your heart to start to bond more with Mother Earth. Hopefully it's going to start. To me, it's like a little dance. And I see I see how it reaches the hearts of my students too. And kind of, it starts to follow you around, hum in the background, in your mind, in your heart, as you're bonding with it. And this is what you want. You want to bond with songs that are sacred, songs that have power, heart power, earth power. And that is how this will begin to grow into sounding like a song all the time, all the time. most of the time. So the Song of the Wild. I know we used to do, like in the sweat lodges, we do the la 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 la, that little sound. It's actually quite loud that we do it. We just kind of let the whole heart do it. And that is very, very powerful. I have a little, I'm just gonna get this. When I do the shaman goddess healing sessions, I have a sacred rattle that I use. And with the students, I don't insist that they get a rattle because there's training that comes after those sessions. And I don't insist that they get a rattle, but I suggest that they get a little small jar with beans in it that you can rattle. Because that rattling, when you've done a good meditation, when you're doing a good fast, when you're really purging, especially purging, but when you're bringing in beautiful energy with the heart focused breathing, meditations, fasts, retreats, it's a good time. Anytime is a good time, actually, to use something like this because it loosens up blocks of energy in the aura, in the chakras. So yeah, so my students usually have one of those, and I use a bell too. So these are ways that we can honor the Song of the Wild. We can, but what really comes through here is the voice, to start activating the voice with heart frequencies. So singing, chanting, affirmations with passion, any way that you can. I'll be doing more videos on this kind of thing, but right now that's what's coming through here. So you've got Spirit Keeper of the South, allow the healing. Even in the midst of the healing, do some humming. Whatever you feel is going to be comforting. That's your voice. It's healing. It's healing. So that's the second one. I do my readings usually with the beginning of the 4 cards, which is the 4 directions. So the first direction is the new beginnings, or the insight, the key issue. So healing with the sunlight, healing with joy. And then the South is the fast growth. So you can enhance that growth with your voice vibrations. Song of the Wild. So learn, you can go out into nature where you're all alone and just yell and cry. And crying too is a really powerful healing. It's the soul shedding the body clumps. So yeah, so you can go out in nature and just sing and enjoy. Let your voice be developed. And then the third card is the introspection. That's the fall, or the 4th part of the moon, or however the 4 parts. That is a teaching I will give at another time. But so the way the medicine wheel is the way that I do it anyway, is the east, the south, the west, and then the north. So now we're on the west, which is the introspection. This is what we're doing for today and this month of August. Introspection is the 4th part. So you've got your healing, your joy, your crying, your voice. And then you've got the trickster is in the introspection. So he's going to reveal, as we introspect, we receive truth intuitively. We discover truth as we introspect. So there we have the coyote. So it's like he's still going to be your trickster. He's still going to help you learn with love. And then the 4th is where the wisdom, the rest, the cleansing, the renewal comes through. Some wisdom too. And the card that I got here for the fourth phase of our summer growth is nature spirits. So if you can be out in nature, lots, and remember the little people there. The little people there. With all of the plants, among all of the grass, what are those signs of little people? Those little joys. And you'll enjoy them more when you're cleaning out the blocks within, when you're allowing them to soften up and start to flow out. So this is the little child giggling with the little people, noticing a branch maybe swinging a bit. That's your little people out in nature. If there's no wind and then a branch kind of swings, but that could be the sign of a little person there, a little elf. I know when I go walking in the mountains, I love those spots that remind me of the little people. And I always think of those little people, and sometimes I see them, sometimes I've actually had where they've actually come into my home in the city. So they are everywhere, and I have friends who have seen them in the city. So they are there. They are there. Now, what I want to do to finish this up is before we go into a meditation, is I want to do a card from The Mastery of Love by Toltec Wisdom. It's by Don Miguel Ruiz. So I'm just going to cleanse them first and ask the cards, what would the people viewing my video like? What does their soul most want to learn about? And what kind of activation can we help them with today? Wow, look at this. Look at this. Wow. Let your heart speak. And on the back, it says, the heart is in direct communication with the human soul. And when the heart speaks, even with the resistance of the head, something inside you changes. Your heart opens another heart, and true love becomes possible. In the shaman goddess trainings that I do, I teach about two parts of the heart, two heart chakras, the central heart and the higher heart. But there's others. There's other parts of the heart that we can focus on awakening. So let your heart speak. Your heart will open up other parts of your heart. The more that we focus on the heart, the more that we love our heart, nurture it with heart focused breathing every day, which I'm going to do with you in a moment, the more that you're going to learn, you're going to become in touch with that higher level of intelligence of the heart and the soul. The soul and your inner child speaks to you through your heart. And that's how you learn how to begin to speak truth, your truth, and you begin to learn who you really are by paying attention to your feelings and nourishing your heart, staying aligned to it. It's the most beautiful gift God ever gave you, in addition to your soul. Okay, so let's go into heart-focused breathing meditation. I'm not going to do a long one today. I just want to give you some guidance, some I want to lead you into heart coherence breathing and help you stay there and become familiar with how that feels and what you can do each day to help it to grow. So this is what you can do each day. This meditation is going to lead you through that. So we first focus on the heart chakra area right here. You can hold your hand to your heart if you like. That's going to help you stay focused there. And we're going to get grounded in that focus. And then I'm going to take you to your root chakras and your feet chakras and ground you with Mother Earth and your body. I'm going to take you into your body also to ground you there. And then we will come back into the heart to start the rest of the heart coherence practice. So then again, you're going to focus on the heart. You're going to begin to breathe through, as though through the heart chakra, a little deeper and a little slower. And then I want you to take a moment and think about a time in your life that you felt deep appreciation. Could be a sunset, the sun rising, a babbling brook, a waterfall, a time when you felt deep peace, deep appreciation. So just lock in, hold that memory, because we're going to come to it. And then you're going to be bringing in that feeling with each breath in and out through the heart chakra. And that will take you into heart coherence. And the more you do it, the more, of course, you will be developing heart coherence. So let us put our feet flat on the floor. Get comfortable in your body. And focus on your heart. Take your focus down, down, down into your heart, your precious, beautiful heart. Just get settled in there, in the heart, in your beautiful heart. And that's in this heart chakra here, right here. Take a few breaths, let the body relax. Keep focusing in the heart area. I'm going to use a bit of a spray here. And now take your focus down into your body torso, the lower torso of your body. And get inside of your body there. What does it feel like? Tell your body, I am listening to you carefully and learning about the communication between you and me with love. You might take a bit of a breath there. Your body might feel relief to hear that from you. And now we're going to focus on your root chakra and your feet chakras, which are underneath your feet. We're going to visualize golden roots growing out from each one of those three chakras down deep to deep, deep into Mother Earth, 20, 30 feet deep. And those roots are getting thicker, wider, and stronger, and there are offshoots that are spreading wider, also becoming thicker and stronger. And those roots are going deep, deep into Mother Earth. 20, 30, 40, 50 feet deep and wide. Feel the grounding. Feel how your body feels grounded. You are inside your body and you are grounded with Mother Earth. Feel that now presence. And affirm that you will maintain this now presence throughout this meditation. And then throughout the day. So let us go back now into your beautiful heart, your beautiful, beautiful heart, and go in there deep. Go in deep inside your heart, in the heart chakra area. And now, and close your eyes while you're doing this. It helps you concentrate better, helps you be more focused. And now you may begin to breathe a little deeper and a little slower, as though through the heart chakra. In and out. In and out. In and out. This is called heart-focused breathing. And now you may connect to that feeling of appreciation that we talked about earlier. Connect to that feeling and feel that feeling as you breathe in and out through the heart chakra. Feel the appreciation in and out. And I'm asking the guides, the archangels, to surround your heart with pink light and to surround your aura with pink light. And my heart and aura also. And continue to breathe in and out with that beautiful appreciation feeling. Now I want you to stop for only a moment and feel the tingling that's happening in your body and around your body. If you don't feel it, that's okay. It's still there. It's still growing. And this is the electricity that you're growing and building by your heart-focused, coherent practice. Coherence practice, sorry. Continue now again to breathe in and out through your heart chakra. And that's all we're going to do for today. This is something that you can do for a minimum of 3 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night for the next week, and then increase it to 5 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. And then practice what is called reset during the day. And that is a check-in to bring you back into your heart, to notice what is going on and to bring you back to your heart and reset with 2 or 3 heart-focused breaths through the heart chakra. You can do this a lot through the month of August. It'll help you cope better. And you can help your resilience to get stronger and stronger. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so happy to help you in any way I can. So be well, be kind to you, be kind to others as best you can, but especially be kind to you. And remember, heart-focused breathing, the pink light, loving Mother Earth, grounding with her, receiving those DNA upgrades. God bless you. Hey, hey.